Hi, Luther Rickno here. I want to give a shout out to the Gibbet gang. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. You'll make me angry.
Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is the Ready, Set, Go preview show, a show that we do on Sunday night for like 130 some odd weeks. We do it on Sunday where we come together as a community and we spend some time enjoying one another's company. And we also talk about some of the content that is going to be coming out from my channel over the course of the week. And then we talk about some other events that are actually happening out there in the world of comics. And I can tell you that there is a lot to get to, and we are going to try to make that magic happen. The very first thing that I actually want to do is I want to do the 14,000 subscriber giveaway. And I want to do this now because I have been belaboring this thing for quite some time. I've just been not getting it done. And on the fly last week, when Nick from Dynamite stopped by the show, he actually dropped a super chat that jogged my memory. And on the fly, I decided that last week's show was the show in which if you commented, you would be in the running to win a stack of books as part of this giveaway. And there were a lot of people that commented. I think there were like 113 comments or something like that. Overall, I deduped it. And I did the drawing about an hour ago. And I want to declare who the winner is for this thing. And we're going to do it right now as soon as I can get my screens right. The winner of my 14,000 subscriber giveaway is this guy right here, Nosh. Nosh, you, sir, are indeed the winner. Please send me an email to reggie@reggiecollects.com, or you can send me a message on Instagram, whichever you prefer, and I will bundle these books up as long as you can provide me with your full mailing address. I will bundle this stuff up. You can see here when I deduped it, we got it down to about 65 individuals, and Nosh came out ahead of the curve. So congrats to him. Let me show you guys just a couple. I'm gonna show you just a couple of the books that are going to go to Nosh, and all of these books were sent over to me by Dynamite. They hooked it up. They sent me a total of 5 really awesome comics from their recent releases. And I've given away 2 of them already as part of another giveaway that I think I did on Instagram. But the glare, there we go. We almost got it. It is a really, really nice cover here. But these are just 3 of the total books that I'm going to bundle up and send off to Nosh. But again, shout out to Dynamite for hooking me up with those awesome books. It is very much appreciated. And Nick has come by the chats many times and dropped some really awesome super chats. So I'm very thankful for his presence and for all the hard work that the Dynamite crew is doing over there. So shout out to those guys. All right, let me go to the chat real quick. And then we're going to get going here. So I see Jeffrey. How you doing? He's giving congratulatory comments to Nosh. Congrats to him. Same with John. The OG is in here. It's always good to see you. Oh, we had another Blue Wrench. With that chat got away from me. Master Blaster's in here. Mr. Henderson, how you doing, brother? Steve White is up in here. Deuces. My man, Alan, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you, my friend. Quest Dog is in the house. My Canadian brother, Rush Diehard. DB is in the house. This guy, love this guy right here. 2021 New Age Investments. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. I absolutely love this guy. Shout out to you, Doug, and to your brother, Dave, as well. Jerry, man, where have you been, brother? I was just thinking about you the other day. I was doing something. I don't know. You know me. It could have been washing dishes. Could have been vacuuming floors. I could have been in the shower for all I know. But I was thinking about you, and I was like, I have not seen him in a while. I should send him a message. And before I could send you the message, you actually show up. So it is good to see you. I hope everything is good with you, your wife, and your son. out there in California. It is good to see you, and you look good in that red shirt. You see him? That is a classic Regie Collects Garage Con t-shirt that he is wearing in that thumbnail. Shout out to you, brother. Let me scroll through these. L. Smith is in the house. My man Harvey Abel is in the house. The Canadians. The Canadians are showing up. Harvey Abel, it is good to see you. LCS, shout out to you. She Spawn is in the house. It is good to see you. James is in here. Philtastic is in the house. Matt Woods, one of the wrenches, always taking care of me. There he is. There's Dave. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Scrolling through. We are scrolling. There was a super chat that came through. Where is that? Ooh, I forgot my new functionality. There we go. Test for Echo 2112. Hola, peeps. Looked in the mirror today. My eyes just didn't seem so bright. We lost a few more hairs. As I tell everybody, if you are losing your hair, just go ahead and do it gracefully. Shave it all off. Just go for it. Go for it, man. My biological father, I think some people actually saw this. He was ministering the other day. He was ministering. And this is honestly the first time I've ever seen my father's head. Okay. My father's hair, I think, was thinning when I was a child. And I've never actually seen the man's head until recently on the Facebook. When he was ministering, he had finally shaved his head. It was a nice looking head. It looks a lot like my own head. Shout out to Dad for the genetics. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Hydra Collectibles, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. One of my buddies from across the pond. We are going to get you on the show, my man, Hydra Collectibles. It is good to see you. We are going to make some magic happen soon. Soon we are going to make some magic happen. All right, one of the other things that I want to do before we get going on the topics here, I want to give you guys a quick rundown of some of the shows and the content that is going to be coming up from the channel this week. We are going to do a 100K hunting video. I spent some time going through the collection. Technically, this is like 3 weeks ago, I think, or it could have been 2 weeks ago, who knows? But I went through the collection. I found some really awesome books in the collection. I did a video showing you guys these really awesome books. There's a little bit of, there's like some obscure stuff in there. There's some cool stuff. There's some books that are probably going to go in the CGC at some point. So you'll see that video this week. You will also see another comic haul straight out of Cali. It is another stack of books that showed up here at the house from one of my LCSs in California. And then we're also going to do a video. It is a short video that I actually integrated a few weeks ago into the podcast. And it is basically a life lesson that I learned. I learned this as a bodybuilder, and I'm applying it to just all aspects of life. So it is Life Lesson Unlocked. I think that's what I called it. That'll be coming out this week. And then I'm also going to be releasing a brand new video. And I may do this one as a series. We will see. But because people get so excited about trailers, I decided to create my own trailer. Maybe this show will be coming to Netflix at some point in the future. I'll see you on the other side. So I gave myself a challenge. I wanted to see if I could convert comics from the 100K collection, comics that I did not necessarily need, into some really awesome keys. That was the challenge that I gave myself. The guy was basically a complete fraud. He wasted a ton of my time basically negotiating a deal for some comics that he never intended to buy. Like, this guy went so far as to actually give me a mailing address for where he wanted the books to be sent. I am not at all deterred by this situation. I remain hopeful that the path that I've set down will lead to something really awesome. And, you know, the next message that I get on Instagram might just be the deal that I'm looking for that will put me over the top and put me in a position to pick up a really awesome comic or two. We shall see. So we will see. We will see what's happening. That is going to be dropping this week. And I will tell you that it is a long form video. I shot it over a course of time, and it's a longer video. So when you click it, you sit down, you be ready to watch it, because I'm going to take you on a journey. And as you saw, it is not all peaches and cream. Let me tell you that it is not all peaches and cream. There was some shenanigans that I was not happy about. But that video, that movie, not movie, that video coming soon to a theater near you. No, that video is going to be dropping on YouTube this week. I definitely encourage you guys to check it out. I was inspired to create this series and kind of sort of that trailer, because I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun to do. And at the end of the day, this is supposed to be fun, and I am having fun doing this stuff. But one of the things that a lot of people have asked me about for a long period of time is, Reggie, why don't you talk about money? Talking about money makes me generally uncomfortable. It makes me generally uncomfortable because I don't think that there is a really good way to do it. But I've been trying to wrap my mind around talking about money in a specific way, in a way that I can get comfortable with and be authentic to myself, but at the same time, maybe give people something that they're looking for, which is numbers. And I've seen this over the last maybe 4 months. People seem to really like numbers. And so I'm trying to find a way to give people what they want, be authentic to myself, do something that's a little different, and also kind of entertain people and have fun myself. So that is what this is. My hope is that you guys will enjoy it. At the end of the day, we will see how it goes. It could be an utter disaster, but we shall see. Yeah, man, we are on a journey. Let me tell you. Yeah, fraud. Just, I was not happy. I was not happy at all. She Spawn said it was a robust trailer. I tried to throw some fun music and stuff in there, man. I was sitting here, I was excited myself to do it, So I am not the best editor. Let me be honest with you. I need somebody that can do editing, but everyone I talk to is super expensive. So I'm gonna just keep doing my own thing. So you guys just gonna have to bear with me. But She Spawn, thank you very much for the super chat. I absolutely appreciate it. All right, so there was another point that I was gonna make. It was probably going to be a really, really robust comment that I was going to make, but it got away from me. So you guys have my apologies on that. But it is dropping. It is dropping this week, and I think you guys will enjoy it. In addition to that, we are also going to be releasing a podcast on Monday at 7 a.m. on your favorite podcasting platform. And your favorite one is the one that you use, right? That is the one that I'll be on. You just search for Regie Collects. If you have not already subscribed to the podcast, that'll be coming out on Monday. And then we're also going to release a blog post from my buddy Doug that comes out on Wednesday at 7 a.m. as well. But what you have not heard me say is Comics Today. We are not going to be doing Comics Today this week. I have some commitments that are going to prevent me from doing the live show this upcoming week. So we're going to push things out a week. And I can tell you for a fact that there are so many things that I want to talk about that we have not yet gotten to, but I'm going to attempt to get to some of it, at least when I can next week. We will be back for the live show, and hopefully you guys will miss me while I'm gone. All right. So the other big thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that I bought Marvel Comics issue number 1. And before you get excited, it is not that Marvel Comics issue number 1. No, it is the NFT version. It is the NFT version of Marvel Comics issue number 1 because Marvel put it up for sale on the VeVe platform. And this is something that I've spoken to you guys about in the past. VeVe is the platform that has been chosen by Marvel. They are releasing their NFTs, their non-fungible tokens via this app. VeVe is its name. And they have released a series of really awesome comics over the last few days. A few weeks ago, it was the Spider-Man statue. And then I want to say it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think you guys somebody fact check me. They released Marvel Comics issue number 1. They released a Journey into Mystery comic, and then they also released Fantastic Four issue #1. These are the 3 books that were actually released over the last few days. And I remember the Marvel comics. I set a timer for that. I neglected to set a timer for the other books. Did not get the FF1 or the Journey into Mystery, but the first offering in VeVe's digital comic range kicks off with a bang, offering Marvel's early and in some cases most rare comic books starring the original, the OG, the foundation on which all other Marvel comics followed. Marvel Comics issue #1. This is followed by Journey into Mystery 85, which is the first appearance of Loki. And to round out this week's comic drops is another must-have comic for any comic lover, Fantastic Four issue #1. Sorry about that. That was a little awkward with that zoom in. But these are the comics that were released via the VeVe app a few days ago. And I can tell you for a fact, it was utter chaos. It was utter chaos on the app. I could not figure out where to buy the thing from until literally the moment before. I found where to buy it. I was able to buy a single copy, a single common copy of Marvel Comics issue #1. It's the one picture in the middle there, but they had the regular common, the not so common. I'm gonna make these terms up, like not so common, slightly rare, super ultra rare, and then like a mystery box. And I think this one on the far right with the flaming Human Torch there is like the mystery box, if you will. But these things sold out, man. They sold out so quickly. It was like the first minute and a half at the most. But you can see here, this was August 19th. Somebody fact check me. August 19th right here. They sold the thing for $6.99. They have 5 variants, which is unnecessary. A total of 60,000 copies, and you can see the breakdown here. It is common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, and super dog secret rare, and there were 600 of those. I did not get any of that. I got this lowly common version down here, and again, all of these things were sold out. If anybody out there is an expert with bots, I need to talk to you, because I think that this thing was a bot conspiracy. There is no way that many people showed up to buy these things that fast. It had to be a bot, and I'm looking for somebody that is like an expert in like making bots. Not that I want to do one. I just want to understand the technology and how it's done, and maybe you'll actually be a guest on the show. I need to know more, and I understand that bots are really common on trading cards, and they clearly are at play with these NFTs, and I want to know more. So if you are an expert out there in bots, get after me. So here's the Journey into Mystery 85, first appearance of Loki. You can see all the details here. They actually released these again for $6.99. There were 50,000 of these, and you can see the breakdown here. The True Believer variant, the secret rare, there were only 500 of those. Do not know the prices. I don't think that the price of all these were $6.99, but I could be wrong again. By the time I bought my first one and went to see what else was available, I couldn't see pricing. So I have no clue what these were for. Maybe there's somebody in the chat that was able to buy one. Here's Fantastic Four issue #1. You can kind of see the breakdown here. 60,000 of those, 5 cover variants, and you can see the breakdown of how they did this thing. So I don't know what the future holds. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what the future holds for all of these NFTs. But as I mentioned to you before, I don't want to be the guy that is yelling at kids to get off my lawn because I don't understand something. So I decided to get in the game, and we will see. We will see how all of this stuff plays out. But it was a cool experience. It was a cool experience to actually buy. This is actually my second NFT. I have the Spider-Man statue that I purchased a couple of weeks ago. I got the step up from the common. And with this one, just one copy of Marvel Comics issue #1, totally pedestrian copy, that being the common. So let me go to the chat real quick and see if what folks are talking about. Hydra Collectibles. Bots have taken so much from me in the past. It's like Judgment Day. It is Skynet. Skynet is up in here, brother. No, brother. It's not the Autobot. The Autobots fight for good, and I am a good person, so Autobots would be on my side. Okay, this is some Decepticon stuff, brother. Skynet. Seriously, bots are common on everything these days, even toilet paper. Start of the pandemic, you could not get a roll. You like just trying to knock on your neighbor's door, but like, can you spare a square, neighbor? Can I get some Charmin? Okay. Scrolling through some of the comments. Oh, there we go. So somebody primary he's giving us a breakdown. He said they were all $6.99. You got a random cover like a lottery. Is that right? Because I feel like I got shafted. I feel like I got shafted if that's what it was, right? Because I don't like common. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was hoping for some super dog secret rare kind of stuff. But no, seriously, thank you, brother, for the insight. What weird digital magic are these books? Here, I'm gonna be honest with you. So what's cool about this is that this when you get the statue, right? Because I picked up the statue. You actually get to look at the statue from all angles. It is like a 360, you zoom in kind of thing. It's actually pretty cool. With the comics that you buy, what you actually get is a digital comic. So you can actually read the comic itself, which I think is actually pretty cool. So it's not just a static image, if you will. It is actually, it's like a fancy PDF. Okay. It's a fancy PDF. But it's the closest that I might come to owning Marvel Comics issue number 1, unless I like make some serious friends with Nerdy Girl, who I think has a couple of copies of this. But this is a really cool book, a really cool concept. NFTs are not going anywhere, so I decided to make the plunge and was lucky enough to get a super common version. Let me scroll back through these. What's the elevator pitch? It is a non-fungible token, my friend, and it might be the key that unlocks everything. I don't know, man. I don't know. 50,000 at 7, man. I'm gonna tell you, wait a minute, 50,000 at $7. The seller did well. I hope the buyers do too. Technically, the sellers would be Marvel. I think Marvel is the seller of these. So when I did the math, I want to say I came up with like it's like a $500,000, so slightly shy of a $500,000 when I did some of the math. But you guys may again fact check me. I sometimes make up facts. But somebody do a fact check on there. So there you go. There you go. See, there you go. So we're close. We're close. Times 60,000, but times 3. Right? Because technically there were 3 of these and each one was like 50 or 60,000. So we're talking about a significant amount of money being made in probably 4 minutes. I need that kind of gig where I can make that kind of money in like 4 minutes. I don't know what that job is, but I want it. What's the grade on those? Brother, fancy. Okay, brother, that is the grade. Just right on the label, fancy. Fancy NFT. Sean, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. What is it? They made an NFT of the first Hail Mary pack. Brother, they're making NFTs of everything. I'd make myself into an NFT if I could sell them for $6.99 to the tune of 60,000. Okay, let me tell you that for a fact. I don't think there's that many comic soldiers out there for me to be able to sell that many, but it would be dope. Scrolling through, hey, you know I can get on board with some Hawk. So there is a secondary market out there, and I can tell you for a fact that one of the secret rare Marvel Comics issue number 1 is currently available. I want to say it was $100,000. So we will see what happens in that secondary market, because what appears, and that's part of the reason why I'm bringing this up. What it appears to have happened was that the Skynet bots came in and descended upon the VeVe app and bought up all of these copies of Marvel Comics issue number 1, FF1, Journey into Mystery 85. They bought them all up, and then they turned around and listed them for sale. There are a couple of auctions that are going on. You can actually buy some of these copies, the commons, for less than the actual $6.99 initial offer price. And like I said, there are some big ticket items that are currently up there for sale. So a lot of these, at least the Marvel comics, are available for people to be able to buy. And my guess is that the Journey into Mystery and the FF will also be sold in the coming days, because again, Marvel Comics was the first to be sold. Now it is the first to be resold. My guess is that the others will follow. So if you missed out on the initial, you may be able to circle around and snag a copy nevertheless. Essentially, it is a very expensive digital reprint. It is like a Golden Records reprint. That is basically what it is. So no doubt, well done, brother. That's a good elevator pitch. I'll be honest with you. That's a good one. I didn't know how to answer Master Blaster, but thank you for giving me the answer. I'm going to go ahead and steal that and pass it off as my own. I appreciate you. I'm not going to buy into NFTs until we are 10 years in, like I did for DVDs and Blu-ray. Hey, brother, I respect it. I absolutely respect it. I'm going to sell mine for like $1 million in 10 years, and I'll happily sell. No, I'm joking. I have no clue. I have no clue what this stuff is going to be worth, if anything at all. It could be like Betamax, okay? It could be like Betamax, being completely honest, but I am a content creator, and by participating in this, it gives me something to talk about. I think your trailer could be an NFT. Hey, if anybody's ready to buy any of my content for $100,000, you just send me a message and I will list it on the VeVe app immediately. Immediately. And you don't even have to give me your credit card information. I'll take cash. Scrolling through, scrolling through. Thankfully, I have a fantastic CPA. Fantastic CPA. She is ready for that. She is ready. You can pay me in Bitcoin and it'll be all good because she'll enjoy that. Scrolling through. That's the thing. It's $6.99. It's not even that's not even real money. That's not even real money. All right, let me take this off the screen. That's been up there way too long. All right, so let me see. Are they only releasing each comic NFT once, or were they, I don't know, brother. I really don't know. Maybe they'll make up some new COAs or something like that and just release it as a re-release of the re-release. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's any guarantees in this world with any of this stuff. So you would assume that this is their one shot. You would assume that this is going to be their one shot at it. But you never know. You never know what could happen. Okay. You never know. I believe in diversification, my friend. Diversification. All right. So we've covered off on a few things. And again, I want to do a real quick acknowledgement for this guy, if he is actually in here. Nosh, you, sir, are the winner of the 14,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you are indeed in here and or seeing this on replay, make sure you send me an email to Regie@RegieCollects.com, or you can send me a direct message on the Instagram machine with all of your pertinent contact information, and I will bundle up this big stack of books and I will send it out to you. Whatever can fit in a flat rate shipper, brother. That is what I'm going to give you. Okay. I can't make promises for doubles. I can't make promises for that stuff. All right. The next topic I want to talk about is a cool comic that I read. We're going to do this really quick because there's not a whole lot to say about this. I can't remember who recommended this to me. It might have been several of you that actually talked about this in the most recent Comics Today. You were talking about the fact that you bought it. It intrigued me. I decided to read it. Eat the Rich. Eat the Rich, #1, the horrors of class in the 21st century. Once again, this is a new comic from my friends over at Boom Studios. They are absolutely killing the game. And because Boom Studios is putting out so much great content, I decided to read this one, get myself a couple of copies of it, couple of the reprint, not the reprints, the variants, and we will see what is going to happen. It is a little bit of a trippy, awkward read. It is like going to your, significant other's family for the first time and it being a little bit of a cluster. That is essentially what we are talking about here. It is an interesting read. I am interested to see where the story goes. And so this is an article I found on comicbook.com. I'm not going to read this thing to you. It is an interesting read. Issue #2 will be very telling. Issue #2 will be very telling because either it's going to get really good or it's not. And issue #2 will tell us a lot about the direction of this series from Boom Studios. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out because, again, it might be one of those sleeper classics. And again, Boom is still putting out some really good stuff. So you might actually enjoy it. And there seems to be like a resurgence right now. At least that's my perception of like horror stuff. There seems to be a lot of like horror going on right now. So why not? Why not check it out? All right. That's a quick one. We're going to just touch on that one really, really quick. Eat the Rich, issue #1. Let me scroll through. I read it. Need another. You see what I'm saying? That's when I read it, I felt the same way. I was like, okay, I need some more. Like, you gave me a lot of talk. I saw a little action. I got excited. Then it was over. And it's like, okay, well, where's the rest of it? So let's see what issue #2 actually does. Steve White says, yeah, Eat the Rich was good, he says. And I lost control of my chat. Bear with me here, people. Bear with me. I lost my entire screen because I actually closed that window out. Let me see which window. We're going to use this one real quick. Shout out to Geekosity. Geekosity just hit their 1-year anniversary, so shout out to them. Let me see if that gives me my chat back. No, it did not. 1 second, people. This app sometimes can be a little stubborn, just like the new dog that I just picked up for the kids. There we go. Okay, my chat is back. Just hope they don't ninja smoke on me after. So Master Blaster is talking about ghosting. He is talking about how what is it, Nice House on the Lake has decided to ghost people after issue number 6. They're going to go on a 5-month hiatus and just roll out. That's another horror book that is actually really good. 5-month hiatus. I wish them well with that. Fingers crossed that when they come back, I will be here. Won't be worth anything. That's actually legit. That is actually a legit point. All of the good books right now have these super long titles that I can't remember unless I'm reading them on the screen. He said, Almighty Liger King says, yes, Eat the Rich was good. I like I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you. Scrolling through some of the comments here. We need seconds for sure, brother. For sure. Who is this? Kron. I think that's how you say that. The app is supposed to have anti-bot features and also I don't know how you say that. Have the complete what? Okay, got it. I don't know. I'm gonna just be on what he's talking about. Kron is talking about here is the fact that 60,000 copies of Marvel's NFTs released on the VeVe app sold out in minutes, or like somebody told me, the Journey into Misty sold out in about a half minute. Maybe there's some flash clickers out there. Maybe there's some people out there, man, that just click like nobody's business. Scrolling through, what is this? The horror is what may come up after the hiatus, says Chuck. Let me see. Oh, here we go. So what's really wonderful is that occasionally when I give the Blue Wrenches a heads up about something, the thing that I give them a heads up on actually materializes, and I really do like to think through scenarios in advance. And I feel good when I'm actually predicting something that it then happens, that we are actually prepared for. So Blue Wrenches, just be ready. Be ready, my Blue Wrenches. I know you guys know how to do things because it is all about Hellblazer. So one thing that I do want to talk about real quick here is Brian Michael Bendis. There are a lot of people out there that did not like what Brian Michael Bendis was actually doing on Superman. A lot of people did not enjoy his time at DC Comics. And it is interesting. What is happening right now is that Brian Michael Bendis is actually leaving DC, or at least that's what it appears. It appears that he is actually leaving DC and going to a platform that has been all the rage as of late. So Brian Michael Bendis moves Jinx World to Dark Horse, ending DC exclusive. He basically is taking, I guess, his universe, right? All these great writers and writers in general have these universes that they've essentially created of their creator-owned content. He is taking that universe from DC to Dark Horse. And as you read this article here, it highlights here that Bendis brought Jinx World and its associated titles to DC in 2017, a deal that included an exclusive DC contract, which ended earlier this year and runs on Superman, Action Comics, Legion of Superheroes, and more. Bendis also created Wonder Comics pop-up superhero imprint in his time at DC, which includes titles such as Naomi, Young Justice, Dial H for Hero. He's currently the writer of Justice League. What is not clear to me here is whether all of what he is doing at DC ends as a result of his move to Dark Horse. That is the way that it seems, but I could definitely be wrong about that. This whole article actually goes on to talk about why he's going, well, to some degree or another. The fact that he's going, it starts to talk about one of the series that he's coming out, which is this Joy Operations, a sci-fi story set 55 years in the future. Scrolling through this thing, he does talk about the fact that even before he went to DC, he wanted to go to Dark Horse. I guess he liked what it was that Dark Horse was actually putting out and wanted to actually be part of Dark Horse. And now, after all of this time, he is part of Dark Horse, and he is taking his content over there and is going to be releasing some of his stuff out. It's to be determined whether any of this stuff is successful. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that I have ever read any of these comics that are part of this this universe. You know, I don't think that I've read anything that Brian Michael Bendis has put out outside, again, of some of the bigger stuff, right? So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but again, it was a piece of information that I wanted to pass over to folks. So let me read this real quick. Big Superman. He was like, I'm a fan right here. Bendis's run was okay, minus the ID reveal. It was not overly memorable. I also love Bendis's work. That to me was his really good. That was his work. His run on Ultimate Spider-Man, I thought was really good. And I'm at a loss right now for another one of his runs that nothing's coming to mind, but I think that there's others. Maybe it was the Avengers. Was it the New Avengers? Did Brian Michael Bendis do New Avengers as well? Because that, to me, was a really great run that I read and collected in like 2005, 2006, I want to say. So Dave, as a fan, is not knocking him. He is just saying that he is not a fan of Brian Michael Bendis's work on Superman, which, again, is something that I've heard from a lot of Superman fans. This guy is not a fan of Brian Michael Bendis. Vernon says Legion of Superheroes is good. You gotta love the DC fans when they don't like something, man. Mr. Henderson says Regie is still tiny robots, just like the movie batteries not included. There you go. All right, scrolling through some of the comments here. He created Naomi, didn't he? That was actually okay. I think that is probably the thing that he's maybe most known for at DC. I'm looking at the DC fans. I'm literally looking at you, DC fan, for you to confirm that for me, because this Marvel fan, that's the thing that comes to my mind when I think about Brian Michael Bendis' time at DC. But what's really interesting about some of this stuff, man, is a lot of creators are leaving Marvel and DC right now. A lot of fans are leaving Marvel. I'm not a lot of fans. A lot of creators are leaving Marvel and DC. And this is something that I've been meaning to talk about for 2 weeks. We're not going to get into it now. Again, I'm going to be on hiatus, not for 5 months, but just for 1 week. And then we may pick up that topic on the other side of my break. But a lot of creators are ending their relationships with Marvel and DC. Something's either in the water or something's afoot. And I'm certainly not going to start making up things like some of those guys out there that are like Marvel and DC are going out of business. I'm not going to try to do some of that stuff. They most recently came out with some other stuff saying that, never mind, we're not going to talk about that. But there's a lot of people that make up content, that make things up. They get a lot of views for it, and I respect it. Creators are leaving, jumping the ship, no doubt. And I think that they will be. I really do think that a lot of these creators that are leaving Marvel and DC are going out there to take their shot on goal. And I respect it. I actually respect it. Right now, I actually did an interview that you guys will see maybe in a week and a half. I'm not quite certain. I did an interview with the co-founder of Wicked Monkey and the president of Stranger Comics. I interviewed those two individuals for Go Collect recently. And we talked a lot about what is actually happening out there in the world of creator-owned comics, indie publishing, and all that kind of stuff. These creators recognize that we are in a golden age. This is a really good time to be in comics. And if you are a creator, and a really good creator, I mean, you could be a sucky creator, to be honest with you, but this is a really good time to take your shot on goal and to try to make some magic happen for yourself, because maybe you'll get something option. Maybe you'll get it on a small screen. Maybe you'll get it on a big screen. Maybe you will be able to put out some content that fans actually love, and you will be able to benefit from that work in a real way. Instead of getting a check, you will own some stuff. And I think that that's part of what makes it really attractive. You guys have heard some of the stories about some of the creators that worked on some of the characters that we are seeing in movies getting checks for like $5,000. They did work for hire, right? So I'm not saying that they should get a ton of money, but what I'm saying is that they did a job, they got a check, and they're not reaping the benefits of all of that creative energy that they poured themselves into. And I think that is why you're seeing a lot of these creators like, I'm out. I need to go take my shot on goal and try to make some cash. I definitely respect what these folks are doing. So the big two don't pay as well when you're creating content for their characters, when it's better to create your own. Netflix, hey, Vern, I cannot agree with you more, my friend. If I could create some stuff, I create some stuff and I try to roll it out myself, just being completely honest. Here you go. Phil Tastic is like, I signed up for 2 Substacks already. Get it, brother. Get it. Because these creators are about to make some money, and I applaud them for that. That is true. That is true. And I think John is raising a good point here. And I think we've actually spoken about this in previous videos and live streams and all that kind of stuff. This is not the first time that we have seen creators jump ship. This is not the first time that we have seen creator-owned properties creep up. I have a collection of 100,000 comics, and in that collection, I can tell you for a fact there are a lot of publishers that no one has heard of before. And if you are interested, watch some of my obscure videos. There are characters, there are publishers that you have never heard of before. There have always, through time, been these periods in which indie stuff is coming out, creator-owned stuff is coming out. This is not new, but in my humble opinion, it feels a little different. It feels a little different this time around, just because of all of the different digital platforms that are out there for releasing content. You don't have to print. You can go digital. You can build an audience. You can build subscribers. You can even potentially get something option without ever being part of one of the big two. And it is, again, it feels a little different to me, but only through historical hindsight will we know if this is truly different, right? And again, I say it a lot. I think that this is a wonderful, wonderful time to be in comics. I really do. I just wish I could create some stuff, because it would be dope. It'd be dope. I create a comic, it'd be awesome. To the point of people rolling out Chip Zdarsky. My man, Chip Zdarsky, who was working on Daredevil, is rolling out. He has ended his run on Daredevil for now, and to the point that someone was making before, they will be back, and smartly so, rightly so. We, as in the pharmaceutical industry, we always talk about, if you go out into the field, if you're a home office person, you go out to the field, make sure that you can get back through the door, because sometimes you go on, that door closes behind you and you do not get back in. If you're going out, make sure you have a path to come back. But Chip Zdarsky seems like he is actually ending his run. This thing is going to end with November 17th, Daredevil issue number 36. And they say the finale on the current Daredevil title amidst a planned wedding between Wilson Fisk, Daredevil's arch enemy, the Kingpin of crime, and Kingpin's enforcer, Typhoid Mary. That is not somebody that I would marry. Somebody named Typhoid Mary. I'm gonna just say that right now. I don't know what's going on with Kingpin. But this run is actually going to be ending. There isn't a whole lot of detail in here, but it says here, when I sat down to write issue number 1, I knew that this issue was waiting, and that it was going to drastically alter the lives of the Daredevil cast, says Chip Zdarsky. Issue 36 is not ending. It's a beginning. And so my guess is that he is going to be coming back, but he then announced his new Substack newsletter, through which he'll release creator-owned comics and other material. And so again, it is going to be very interesting because a lot of creators are rolling out, going to Substack. You saw over the last like 2.5 weeks, a series of dominoes fall with different creators rolling out the Substack. And at some point, we are going to talk about Substack on the Comics Today show. But this is really interesting because Daredevil was a really awesome read. I read the first like 12 or 13 issues. Really, really good read. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me go to the chat real quick. Clear, brother. If they get married, man, they're doing a little something. They're doing a little something. Let me try to get my my chat back here because I lost control of it again. When I'm in that screen for too long, it actually times out or something like that. All right, so we just got it back. All right, let me see. Miami, there you go. Miami Mice, man. That is one of those titles that came out, I think, from an indie publisher. A lot of people haven't seen it, but I'm telling you, it's a really cool parody. I do believe on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think I've actually shown issue number 1 in some videos recently in my obscure videos. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. Let me see. Oh my goodness. That's ungood. That is ungood. What is that? Quick shout out to the Giving Gang. I love good people. That's what's up, Master Blast. Definitely appreciate you, brother. Comics are great right now. There's something out there for that. Is so true. That is so true. Doesn't matter what you're into, man. There's a lot of really great stuff out there for people to be able to check out. There's a little something for everyone out there. So again, we'll see what happens with all of these departures that we are seeing. So let me do this real quick. We are actually going to be releasing a ton of really great content over the course of this week, a series of great videos that are going to be coming out from the channel. One of them is a really long form video that I hope you guys will watch. It is possibly a new series that I'll start. We will see how people receive this thing as I roll it out. Before I go to my commercial and then close this thing out, I actually want to, what is that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, brother. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, that's Canadian. I was about to say, you gave me enough money for me to go buy another NFT because they are still for sale right now. I might give me another Marvel Comics issue number 1 NFT. No, seriously, Squirrel Madness, thank you for the super chat, brother. I definitely appreciate it. Again, let me go to this little clip and then we're gonna wrap this thing up. A really cool video that is going to be rolling out this week. I hope that you guys will watch it. Some interesting stuff happened to me as I attempted to do some deals, to try to pick up a really awesome key. That is the theme of this thing right here. So I gave myself a challenge. I wanted to see if I could convert comics from the 100K collection, comics that I did not necessarily need, into some really awesome keys. That was the challenge that I gave myself. The guy was basically a complete fraud. He wasted a ton of my time basically negotiating a deal for some comics that he never intended to buy. Like, this guy went so far as to actually give me a mailing address for where he wanted the books to be sent. I am not at all deterred by this situation. I remain hopeful that the path that I've set down will lead to something really awesome. And, you know, the next message that I get on Instagram might just be the deal that I'm looking for that will put me over the top and put me in a position to pick up a really awesome comic or two. We shall see. So again, that is a video that is going to be coming out from the channel this week. I really do hope that you guys will check it out. It is a long form video because it was recorded over a series of days as I went through various deals and the path to try to get a key. I'm not going to tell you if I got the key or not, to be honest with you. I want you to watch the video. I hope that you guys will enjoy it. I hope that you also enjoyed this show. Shout out to everybody that dropped those really wonderful super chats. I just saw that Matt Woods picked up a copy of Fantastic Four issue #1 NFT. I guess he got it from VeVe. I was on the Instagram as the commercial, the trailer was playing and saw that he picked that up. So shout out to you, Matt. I need to head over to VeVe. Maybe I can pick up another copy of FF1. As always, if you guys need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.